Yo, Vikings fans, it is Skol side back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. Obviously, we're in off-season mode. I'm going to be giving you guys my NFL wide receiver tier list. We got a ton of guys on here. Some guys I'm going to be just ignoring because they didn't really make an impact this year. I'm going to give you guys my NFL wide receiver tier list. This is going to be fun to do. So if you guys are an NFL fan and I diss your team, I'm sorry. I'm pretty objective when it comes to wide receivers. There's certain things I value more than others. I'll be explaining my picks as I go along. Anyways, this is my NFL wide receiver tier list. Obviously, I think the Vikings have had some good receivers in the past. I kind of know good receiver talent when I see it. So I'm going to be doing my best job. Give you guys the most accurate tier list I can. Anyways, NFL wide receiver tier list. Let's get right after it. All right, so first guy we have on here, we got the two AJs on here. This is going to be fun. So we got AJ Green and AJ Brown. AJ Green, I'm going to put him right in average. Mainly just because he's out of his prime, obviously. We'll see with maybe Joe Burrow if he can get back to that star level. But I'm going to have to put AJ Green in average. Moving on to AJ Brown. AJ Brown, I think he's already a star. I think this guy, he's incredibly underrated. I think he's absolutely fantastic. AJ Brown, definitely a star, big physical guy. He's kind of what AJ Green was in his prime. Right here, we got Allen Hurns. I'm just going to put him as a backup. I don't really know much about him. Right here, we got Allen Robinson. Obviously, I got to put Allen Robinson in the star. Allen Robinson, I think, is one of the best receivers in the NFL. That's me coming from a Vikings fan, just seeing what he's done, just with how bad his quarterbacks have been. I mean, he went from Blake Bortles to a shitty Trubisky to a shitty Nick Foles. Props to Allen Robinson for honestly just staying with it. He's incredible. Next, we got Alshon. I'm going to put Alshon under serviceable. I think Alshon could be a guy in the red zone, kind of like a big tight end in postseason. Obviously, not doing that much now. Anyways, now we got Amari Cooper. I'm going to put him in star too. I just think Amari, he's good, but he kind of fades away on road games. I mean, I'm sure Cowboys fans know that. Road games, that's kind of Amari's thing. He doesn't really show up like he used to. All right, and we got Adam Thielen. I'm going to put Thielen in the star again. I think all four of these guys are very on a similar level. They're not really on the elite or borderline elite, I guess. Maybe borderline elite, but they're just really, really good receivers. Really good receivers. All right, here we go. We got Calvin Ridley again. I'm going to put Calvin Ridley in star again, and I'm kind of skipping over a couple of the guys that are either like out of the league or just didn't really make an impact this year. Calvin Ridley definitely in the star tier. He had a great year this year. I'm shocked he didn't get a Pro Bowl. I don't think he's as good as some people think. He's like a top 5 receiver, but I definitely think he's in the 5 to 15 range of wide receivers. Definitely a star from Ridley. Here we go. We got Chase Claypool. I'm going to put him in star potential. I don't really think we know if he's for sure going to be a hit in the NFL yet. I think he does have the potential, though. He's a big physical receiver. He was getting the comparisons to Megatron, which I thought was ridiculous. But, I see why people would compare him to Megatron just because of the body, how he plays. He's incredible. He's a receiver I would really pay attention to. CeeDee Lamb, same thing. CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to put him in star potential too. Very similar to Claypool. I think CeeDee Lamb's a little better than Claypool, so I would put him ahead of Claypool. But CeeDee Lamb, another stud rookie receiver, part of this incredible rookie wide receiver class. Here we go. We got Chris Godwin. I think, again, he's in the star tier. I think there's a lot of guys in the NFL right now who are really good receivers, and maybe they just need the quarterback or they need something to kind of elevate them. Chris Godwin, absolutely incredible. Super Bowl champ. Props to you. Respect. Star receiver on my tier list. All right. Cole Beasley. I'm actually going to put Cole Beasley in the star tier. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be shocked by that, but what he does for that Bills offense is incredible. His route running is incredible. His third down efficiency is incredible. I think Beasley is seriously one of the, I think if I had to pick one receiver who's the most underrated in the league, it would probably be Beasley. I think he's probably around the 10 to 25 range, but he is a big impact, big playoff performing player. I would put Beasley in star 100%. All right, here we go. We got Cooper Kupp. I'm going to put Cooper Kupp in star again. I think this is another guy who's kind of borderline. I mean, he could be an elite receiver. He also could be average. I think he fits perfectly in the star tier. Here we go. We got Courtland Sutton. I'm going to put Courtland Sutton in star potential. He obviously didn't have a good year last year. That was mainly because of the quarterback situation that is going on in Denver. They don't really have one. I don't really consider Drew Lock a quarterback. Cortland Sutton, I think he's a physical, big receiver. He just needs to improve his route running and get a quarterback, and he'll definitely be in the star tier. At Nuke, we got DeAndre Hopkins, our first receiver, the elite tier. He's gonna be up there alone for a little bit. Anyways, D-Hop, I think he's the best receiver in the league, and I don't really think it's close. We're just gonna put him up there and leave him there, honestly. D-Hop, no real explanation from me you guys need. All right, here we got Deebo Samuel. I'm gonna put him in star potential too. I was thinking about putting him in star. He's great. I think he just needs to give me one more year of him kind of proving himself. He's fantastic though. Definitely a star potential receiver. But if you see me putting any receivers and bust at the bottom here, it's just kind of guys I'm just gonna throw in there that don't really feel like I need to talk about. But anyways, we got Davante Adams. Obviously, he's an elite receiver. I think he might be the second best receiver in the league right now. Route running, incredible, underrated. Yeah, I don't think he gets enough credit, mainly because he's playing with Rodgers. I think he's absolutely incredible, though. Definitely putting him in the elite tier. Oh, at my borderline elite, I am going to put Devontae Parker. I know some of you guys might be saying, why is he above a bunch of the guys that are in star? Listen, I think Devontae Parker is one of the best receivers in the league. I just don't think he gets the recognition he does, because he doesn't really put up the numbers as other receivers. Mainly because Miami, they haven't really had a gunslinger there. I get they had Fitzpatrick for a little bit, but he was in and out of the lineup, banged up this entire year. I think Devontae Parker is definitely a guy, especially in fantasy, keep your eye out on. All right, here we go. We got our old boy. He's right here on my shoulder, Stephon Diggs. He's in the Minneapolis Miracle pick. Got to put him in elite. He really proved himself this year. I mean, route running, whatever you want. Diggs is incredible. Moving on to DJ Chark. I'm going to put him actually at star potential. I think he's got a lot of potential. Obviously, Jacksonville, I can't really scout receivers there because they don't really have a good scheme. They don't have a good quarterback, don't have a good line. They need to fix everything. I think he does have the star potential, though. Here we go, DK Metcalf. I am going to put DK in star potential. I know a lot of people like to get on DK because he can't really run routes like these other guys. But also, if you're going to say that about him, you also got to say about these other guys that they're not 6'4", 240 pounds, because DK can toss these little corners around. DK definitely still borderline elite. Definitely, he's right there, man. He's right there cracking that top 5. Definitely give it up to DK. Here we go. We got Henry Ruggs. I'm going to put Henry Ruggs in star potential. I think what we've seen with Scotty Miller, Tyreek Hill, there is a spot for these really small, fast, wide receivers. I think Ruggs could be a star in this league. He's got that burner speed, take the top off the defense speed. He is great. We got Hunter Renfrow. I'm just going to put him in average. I think he's a solid receiver. All right, here we go. We got Jerry Jeudy. Again, another star potential guy. Don't really want to think too much. Haven't really seen him. He was in Denver. Very similar to Sutton. They could have a really good receiving core there in a couple of years. Here we got John Brown. I'm going to put John Brown in star. I think he's just a really solid receiver that I would love to have. And we got Juju and Edelman right here. Juju and Edelman. I'm going to put Juju in star potential. I think Juju's a star potential receiver. Edelman, I want to put him still in star, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to put him in average. He's a big playoff guy. If he was on my team during the playoffs, I would definitely put him at star, but just over the years, I don't think he'll complete a whole season anymore. Anyways, Julio Jones is up now. You guys can't see it. It's getting cut off, but obviously, elite. Top 5 receiver in the league. I don't care what you say about stats or anything. If you watch football, watch him run routes, watch how physical he is. He's a top 5 receiver in this league. Then we got our boy Jay Jets. You already know where I'm putting him. You think I'm gonna put him in star? He's borderline elite. You watch him run routes. You watch him play physical football. I mean, he's incredible. There's not really much I can say. I mean, if anybody would love to question me, be like, how are you gonna put him in there after 1 year? I would love for you to just come watch film. Hit up my channel. Watch the Jefferson film videos. He is incredible. Moving on to Keenan Allen. I'm going to put him on borderline elite too. I think Keenan Allen is incredibly underrated. I think he runs great routes. I think he is a guy. I think Keenan Allen in fantasy, with Herbert developing, you got to keep an eye out on him. All right, so we got Tyreek Hill here. I'm putting him in borderline elite. I would put him higher, but just because of the fact that he can't run the whole route tree as well as other receivers. I know he's right there. He's right outside the top 5, but listen, he can't run the tree like everybody else can. He's incredibly fast. He's probably the 6th best receiver in the league. He's right outside that top 5 to me. Anyways, then we got Mike Evans. I'm going to put Mike Evans in borderline elite too. I think he's great. I think he's very similar to Tyreek. It's just there's a lot of good receivers there. Same thing with Michael Thomas, borderline elite. I don't care what you say. listen, he's not terrible like people say he is, but he's obviously very good. But he only runs a couple routes. I like my receivers to be able to run a ton of routes, good route running, and be more dynamic. All right, this is how I'm going to finish off the tier list. You know, there's a bunch of guys in the bust that I don't really talk about, but I just kind of threw them down there. So if you see like Emmanuel Sanders, obviously he's not a bust, but I just threw him down there. Obviously, those are my 4 elite receivers in the league right now. Devontae Adams, Nuke, D-Hop, Diggs, and Julio, with DK, Devontae Parker, Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, and Michael Thomas as my borderline elites. If you guys like these videos, let me know. I'm going to be doing more of Vikings videos, maybe a Vikings team tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Sub to the channel, leave a like down below, comment down below. Talk to you guys next time. Skol Vikes.